Dear Diary, today I take the next step in being an ADHD life coach at Indigo Hub. I can't believe it's happening. I want to build, create, and discover a place for us to truly be ourselves. I think this journey will be the Indigo Diaries. Dear Diary, welcome to Indigo Diaries, and welcome to the new series 3, The World Through Our Eyes, with me, Natasha Hickling. The Indigo Diaries is a podcast for those who want to learn about ADHD through others' experiences. Well, we're back after a while, and I'm going to own it. I'm going to own what's happened. I moved countries, took on a role as my full-time entrepreneur, and here I am. And I'm really sad that, I kind of had to put the podcast at the back burner, but I know as I reflect that this creative side is what keeps me going, because I've really, really missed this, and I've really missed getting my content out and really trying to raise awareness and be a coach, but that's outside of my clients. And now I have the energy and time to kind of relook at my priorities and think that this creative side is really important. And here I am. So a lot's happened, a lot's changed, but I'm here and I'm owning it. I'm owning that it's okay that sometimes some things slip, but we need to fuel what we put in, and this fuels me. So I'm back and I'm very excited. So right, I'm going to get straight started. Top eye session. Very quick tips and tricks that I see work for many that you can adapt for yourself or get inspiration from. So let's get started, right? Let's not mess around. ADHD and finding your strengths. Okay, and this is quite hard because people are like, oh, go from your strength. But how do we find our strengths is my first question. Because yes, we need to work from our strengths, but what does that really mean? Society looks at the challenges and weaknesses rather than looking at strengths. What's wrong? What we had to go over? And then that comes into play after years of failure and fulfilled potential and negative beliefs that a lot of people with ADHD feel, especially when undiagnosed. Strengths can be a really hard one to look at. And I know most people I ask with ADHD, including myself, when I say strength, they go, and when I say challenges, they go, yeah, this, and this. And that's okay. But in order to get over those challenges, finding your strengths is key. And, we get our ADHD diagnosis, which can be a lot and can be relieving. However, the report is all about challenges. When it's the opposite, in order to build on the challenges, we need to utilize and find our strengths to do it. Right? It's like a voyage, which is what I use for coaching to explain it. We want to get somewhere, and we want to get to place. And we're going over the bridge over and over and over. But then waves keep coming back through. Challenge after challenge after challenge with the waves. Wave. Now, what gets us through that? The boat. Who we are. What we have. Despite the ADHD. The who we are. And I'm going to talk about that in a few weeks. But we build the strengths to pull up. We all have strengths. So, how can we do that? And there can be many ways to do that. And you're going to find out after the break. And we're out. If you would like any more information on Indigo Hub or our Indigo support group, then please check out our website below or our link to our social media platforms, or email at indigohub.adhd@gmail.com. If you would like to offer any comments, feedback, get support, or if you're interested in the world hearing your story, then please reach out through any of our avenues. As said before, have a positive week. Check in again later. And we're out. The Indigo Diaries.
And we're back. And before we were talking about that voyage of concentrating on the waves rather than looking at the who to be able to get the strength to get over them. So I'm going to flip the switch. How do we find our strengths? We've got to use them, yes, but first we have to find them. And that's what this is about. But there's many ways we can do that. We can ask people, ask our friends, the people that love us. What do you think we're good at? What do I bring to your life? Look what is good about your life. What are you good at school? What are you good at home? What do you bring to your job? What do you bring to your relationships with your people? Look around in your life and look at what you bring, what you add, what you are good at. And we can ask people and we can look around, but sometimes we need that external place to be able to help with that. So this is my tip for today. This is what I use with a lot of my clients. It's called the VIA character strength. And this is a science-based test that basically looks at the character strengths, the who of who you are, what qualities you bring that makes you. And it looks at 24 research-proven qualities, capacities that every human being has. And it's 24 different things like humor and love and all these different things that make up humans and a capacity. And everybody has the capacity for all 24, but some of them multiplied together are specific to each person, and everyone's 24 capacities looks very different, and it can change in different parts of your life. So the top 5 to 7 are your signature strengths, and that looks at kind of what makes you, what do you use in different situations? How do you approach life? How do you use yourself in all these different situations? And they're kind of your top 5 to 7. The other ones there are other ones. So I know number 9 for mine is brave, and I can be quite brave, but not all the time. They're called phasic strengths, the ones that are kind of between 7 and 24. Some of them we will bring up in different scenarios, depending on what we're opposed to, or depending on what we need. Okay, so there's those phasic strengths that we can bring up in certain situations, but they're not ones that we use every day that define us, and the ones that are, inside our core. And that's what those 5 to 7 signature strengths are. And if you've got one at number 24, it doesn't mean it's a weakness. It's just a capacity that you have. You can build on it. You might use it in different scenarios. But no one person can have all 24, because you'd be living many different lives. And the VIA character strength is completely free. I put the link below if you want to test it out. Try it out. It is quite a long test. 10 pages of the questions. But if you get through it, what could you find? It might not be all the be all and end all. You might get them and you might think, and they give you definitions and things for completely free. And the best bit about it is it's a starting point to build on. Get your 5 to 7. Think about, what are your definitions of them? How do they show up in your life? And then use them and start to think, okay, how are they showing up? And when you've got them, this is what I do. Record them. Write them down. Write your own definitions of them. You don't have to define them by their definitions. Be aware of them in your life. Look around, see what's going on. See how they manifest in different situations. Wait a minute, these come up here, these come up here. And then start to utilize them. Use them. Okay, this is really difficult. What can I use here? Which one can I use? Love. I really love him. Can I use this here? Oh, humor. Having a hard day. Let's bring some humor into it. And celebrate them. We can see this bit of paper in front of them, but until we utilize them and celebrate that success of who we are, we're never really going to take them in and believe them. Also below, I've also put a sheet that I made, which is a nice way to record them. Put them up on your wall. Because there are strengths in you. You just need to discover them. And this could be a tool or a starting point to help you discover them. And remember, after years at looking at the other side of the coin and waves, it can be hard to shift to look within. But I want you to take that first step today. I challenge you. My quote to end this is, our ADHD tribe is terrible at acknowledge our successes, yet we're masters at remembering past failures. Think about it. Think differently. By Alan Brown. Flip the switch. Flip the coin. Why not, eh? And we'll be back in 2 weeks where we'll dive deeper into this in an open mind session where we look about the who that is in us with ADHD. And if you're interested in coming on as a guest, pick my brain sessions, have questions, dilemmas, or want to share your experience, then please reach out to us through our social media avenues or email. And I hope you come back, you learn, you listen, and experience the world through not my eyes, our eyes. And we're out.
Dear Diary, as Indigo Hub's process goes on, it makes me stop and wonder, could there be more for us? More light, more experience, and more ways to see the world through our own eyes. I think this journey will be... Shh.